Hi, my name is Johanna, and I am starting a YouTube channel about money and how to handle finances. I don't have my setup quite yet because I'm so new to YouTube and I'm going to be working on that, but until then, I'm just going to do it in my car. And today's tip, money tip, is paying yourself first. And a lot of people know this, a lot of people have heard of it. But I want to tell you a story about a man who applied this principle and ended up becoming a millionaire because of it. So when he was young, and I read this somewhere a long time ago, perhaps it was, I don't remember. I think some kind of success story page, maybe on Dave Ramsey's website, but I don't think that was it. But anyways, so it was a long time ago I read this. But when he was young, early 20s maybe, he got married. And his mindset was that he could not afford not to invest 10% of everything he made. He just kind of was like, most people think that they can't afford to do it, but he couldn't afford not to do it. He really had a future, long term mindset and kind of knew that if he didn't do it, he would probably be in trouble later in life. And so that's a really good perspective to have. Not can you afford it or not, just assume that you can't not afford it, that you have to do it because otherwise you will get in trouble later in life if you don't. And so that any money he received, I believe he put 10% invested. And yeah, it's a good principle to do. That principle is actually also in churches where they teach giving 10% of anything you make to God. It's called a tithe. And so, in essence, you're tithing to yourself to use that same kind of 10% that we find in churches, that 10% number. And the word tithe, I don't know if it's Latin or Hebrew, but it means test. And it means tenth, but every time it's used in the Bible, it's used as a form of testing. Something along those lines that I also read about that a long time ago. So you could test yourself and maybe your self-control and maybe kind of like a game, but you test yourself to see if you can indeed put 10% invested from every paycheck. Kind of like a game or a test, and see if you can pass the test. See how long you can pass the test for, how many months you can do it consecutively. Because it's good to do it consecutively so that you get in the habit, because it's not really results you're looking for, it's building a habit. Because if you have the habit in place, the results will automatically come. I say that all the time with losing weight. You don't really want to focus on the results, although that's what you're hoping to get and that's what you want to see. But if you focus on or do the habits and learn new habits that go with your lifestyle, the habits will eventually get the results. So investing, testing yourself to pay yourself 10% from each paycheck will eventually pay off, because he became a millionaire at least by the time he retired, if not much sooner. And all he did was put 10%. And it's like, if you can't live on 90% of your income, something's wrong anyway. So if you think about it that way. So that's paying yourself first, and in this case, investing. If you already have your emergency fund set up, then you want to just put all the 10% into investing. So that's the tip of the day, and that's the story. Hopefully that story motivates you. He was smart in the fact that he thought to do that when he was really young, and maybe getting married made him think he needs to be able to take care of things. But anyways, so that's a good tip, and if you don't do it, start and try testing yourself. Thanks for watching.